Hello, it is Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Tuesday crossword, which means we're going to be solving an early week, fairly approachable themed crossword. I'm going to be solving it normally. I did my speed solve yesterday, so it's time for an ordinary solve today. And this slightly more ordinary edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Kathleen Quinn, Quotidiophile, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler. So thank you so much to the four of them. They're benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they support this channel. They keep it going day in, day out, making it a sustainable part of my daily work. For that, I'm very grateful. Thank you to those four, but also to everybody who's a patron of the channel in any capacity. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to join their ranks, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link, and you'll find there all of the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as for benefactors like those four, the official Let's Check the Crosses mug. And once again, thanks to everybody who is a patron. And thanks as well if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, which is a big help and does encourage YouTube to show these videos to more people. You can also comment on the videos, like the videos. Those things are all helpful. And finally, there's that Daily Solve Discord chat server you can join via the description field link. A nice friendly chat community over there. Check it out. All right, let's get on to today's crossword, which is a debut construction by Chris Leatherberry. It's a themed Tuesday puzzle, and it was edited once again by Joel Faliano. Let's start solving, see how we do. Plant as seeds. Well, you could sow seeds. And an African capital where W.E.B. Du Bois is buried. How interesting. I don't know. I don't know where he's buried. I'm curious, though. German exclamation. It could be ach, maybe. Ach. Let's try it and see. When doubled a dance. Cha-cha? Okay, good. Okay. I was going to guess maybe this is acro, but I didn't because I didn't really have any specific basis on which to guess it. But it seems like it might be. Let's see if that works. Someone you might be reluctant to give a hand to. Don't have a clue about that. Flying adversary of Godzilla. Rodan? I've only seen the very, very first Godzilla film and the most recent, well, I guess it's no longer the most recent, but Godzilla -1. I've seen those, exactly those two. So I haven't seen any of the ones with any of the other monsters, but I do sort of vaguely remember Mothra, Rodan. I don't know. I think those are two of them. Delegate as a task, to assign a task to a subordinate would be to delegate it. And disarray is chaos. There we go. This is looking good. So I don't know who you might give a hand to. With 23 across, restroom posting for employees. Oh, wash hands. It looks like. Wash hands. Always? I don't think that's right. Oh, and it's with this as well, right? So it's very long. Wash hands. Maybe your hands must be washed or something? I don't know. Wait, no, this is going to be washed because one down is a waste conduit, which is a sewer. Speak from a dais, perhaps, would be to orate, to give a speech from a platform for that purpose. That blank part of the plan, that wasn't part of the plan, you might cry in anguish. An important period is an era. There we go. And a Sicilian volcano is Mount Etna. Collection of holiday presidents, informally. Oh, holiday presents. Sorry, I don't know why I read that as presidents. That was strange. What is a collection of holiday presents? A haul. Right, you could say, oh, that was some haul. Look at all the things I was given. Oh, wash hands before returning to work. That seems like what it is. So what is that thematic? I assume this is related to the theme. Is this other long thing here? Beach posting. Posting after a spell. Oh, right. Okay, so these are all, right, posting. This is all signage. Okay, so that's the theme. We'll come back to it. Someone you might be reluctant to give a hand to. I just can't see what that is. Cover with hair as a pet owner's couch. To shed on it would be to cover it with hair. Clumsy sort is an oaf. Spanish marinade, adobo, Spanish marinade. I think that's right. More, is that right? I always think of adobo as being Filipino. Is that wrong? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to check this with other things. Flies, it must be right. Flies high as soars. Vigorously tackled. If you vigorously tackled someone you had at them, you really went for them. Mythical river nymph would be a naiad. There we go. And actress Arthur B. Arthur is an actress. More pink as 13 down, so, as a steak, which is an expensive entree, so a rarer steak would be more pink. It's less cooked, it's a lower temperature. And then to hold as one's breath would be to bait, with bated breath, with held breath in anticipation. Okay, 99 Luftballons singer. Oh, is it Nina, or is it an E here or an A? I don't remember. Maybe it's an E. Dry steam bed. Okay, I'm not actually sure about this. Dry stream bed, sorry. Okay, we'll come back to it. 2013 Katy Perry hit whose music video features a tiger. I have seen this referenced before. I think it's Roar. I don't think I've ever actually seen the video, but it would make sense. A tiger roars. Fresh. Something's fresh. It's new. Leopold's co-defendant in a famous 1924 trial. Right, Leopold and Loeb were famous co-defendants in a murder case. That was a very famous early 20th century trial. Someone you might be reluctant to give a hand to. Cannabis? What is this? Cannibal. I see. You might be reluctant to give your hand physically and literally to a cannibal. I see. Right. Okay. That took me a while. Out of the office. If you're out of the office, you're away. You're not in. To talk on and on would be to yak, to just blather. Young fellow would be a lad. Determined that one will do something would be to decide to. There we go. Kind of high-fat diet is the keto diet, so it's very meat-heavy diet. Where to find laundering instructions would be on the tag of your clothing. May or Anne, e.g. Well, their names, obviously. May, is this a surname we're looking for? I'm not sure. Frosh in a year. So frosh means a freshman, a first-year student. So in a year, they will be a sophomore, a second-year student, or a sophomore. Oh, right. Look at this. See 38 across. 38 across says, with 42 across, zodiac trio that hints at the longest answers in this puzzle. Something signs, obviously. That's why these all say postings, I see, because they need to avoid saying signs, because that's already that's part of the theme in the crossword. I don't know. Okay, so we have employee, beach posting, and posting after a spill. Warning sign. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know the zodiac well enough to know what sort of groups of signs it has. Be indebted to owe somebody. Shot at a doctor's office slangily could be a jab, a vaccine. Let's see. Eggs biologically. Oh, no, it isn't that. Oh, it's vax, right? Okay. Yeah, jab. And that's also a phrase for it. I guess more common here in the UK. Eggs biologically, ova, plural of ovum. There we go. Dined is 8. Oh, water signs. Oh. So wash your hands with water. Here we have beach posting. You're by the sea, the water, and then posting after a spill. I guess it's wet generally. Okay. Fair enough. So crossed. So what is this then? Zodiac trio. Do we have those referenced in the grid at all, or I have no idea which are the water signs. Capricorn, I guess, the crab. I don't know. Anyway, utopia could be an Eden, sort of mythically beautiful and perfect place. Crossed out would be X'd out. Singer Sands of the 60s. I don't recognize that name offhand. Meredith Blank, former Today host, and I don't recognize that name either. Prefix with Chinese or European. Indo-Chinese or Indo-European, maybe? Let's look at that. Singer Sands. Enid? I have no idea if that's right. Christmas time quaff. Eggnog? Edie? Edie, maybe. Meredith Blank, right? I don't know that. Beach posting. Something high tide? Warning, high tide? Yeah, that's probably it. Okay. Citation abbreviation would be et al, maybe? So if you're citing a work, a reference work in a paper or something, you could cite an article has several authors, and so you would list the first, I don't know, two or whatever it is, and then say et al, or maybe just first one. Dry stream bed. What is this? I don't know. Not get any younger to age. Explosive stuff is TNT, the explosive. And then Blank Hutchinson, former Arkansas governor. Is it something like Asa? I think I've seen this. I don't know this person in detail, but let's see. Eta Pi, fraternity for the sweet tooth. Yes, you ate a pie, or eta pi, the Greek letters that obviously sound like those words. So maybe this is Asa. I think that's probably right, or I'm not sure if that's correctly pronounced. What streaming audio or video can burn through? It can burn through data on your mobile phone plan. So dry stream bed. Wadi? That sounds sort of familiar, actually. But I'm going to leave it till the end because I'm not certain. Okay, neo-pagan religion. Wicca? Sort of modern witchcraft, sort of. Affirmation that's often echoed. I do. Right, so in a marriage ceremony, for instance, that would be echoed. Famed fireman Red Adair is a famous fireman who comes up in the crossword every once in a while. Famous sort of mid-late century firefighter. Reddish application to cheeks. You could apply rouge to your cheeks. A reddish application. Posting after a spill. Caution. Wet floor. There we go. Groucho Marx prop. Cigar. Groucho Marx of the Marx Brothers was often depicted with a big cigar. Sunbather's goal would be a tan. And a kind of football played on a 50-yard long field. I guess arena football. I mean, I've heard the phrase arena football. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but it must be the answer. Oh, so what is this? Meredith Dinara? I don't... No, this doesn't look right. Diera? Because this looks like edged, beat by just a bit, edged. Follow as orders. Follow as orders. Hew to. If you hew to someone's orders, you follow them. I guess I don't know. I don't know if this is correct either. Now that I was hoping this name would become obvious, but this just looks. It doesn't look right to me. What about the others? Indo is almost certainly correct based on all the crosses. That has to be right. Eggnog is clearly correct. Yeah, this is a proper noun, and I don't know, and this is also a proper noun, and I'm not sure. Edie seemed likely. What else could it be? Evie, maybe? Vieira? I mean, Vieira looks much better than Diera. That doesn't look right at all. So I still don't recognize this name whatsoever, unfortunately. Or I don't recognize this person, I guess I should say more accurately. This is definitely more likely to be correct than the other, but let's move on for now. Slangy goodbye. I'm out. Moon of Saturn. What are the moons of Saturn? I can't think what this is offhand. Parisian pal could be an ami, so this would be the feminine form of friend with that E on the end, so this could be a friend. Moon of Saturn. Oh, this sort of looks familiar, but I can't think what it is. It's annoying. Giving the heebie-jeebies, say. It's eerie, it's creepy, it's giving the heebie-jeebies. Prefix with brow, a unibrow, sort of connected eyebrows. And then item on a driving range, Matt, would be a tee, a golf tee. Okay, Dion Dione. Okay, maybe this wasn't what I was thinking of. I don't know. But anyway, it looks like it's the moon of Saturn, or a moon of Saturn. Okay, these all look correct. I think that's probably right. There's some tricky crosses in this Tuesday puzzle. At least I'm finding them tricky. TV's Ted Lasso, that's a show, which I enjoy. And to cook as latkes would be to fry them, so potato pancakes. And then a playful river mammal is an otter. And then, oh joy, would be goody. All right, so we come back to here. I think this is probably Wadi, but let's try it and find out. It is. That became slightly familiar once we had all but one letter filled in. But that's a tough cross, I think. I mean, it's like it's like any cross in a crossword, I suppose. It's tough if you definitely don't know at least one of the crosses and their proper nouns. They aren't ordinary. Well, I guess Wadi is not a proper noun, but it isn't. I wouldn't say it's a very common bit of vocabulary. And this was correct. So this was Vieira, Meredith Vieira. Yeah, okay. The name means nothing to me, but at least this is plausibly a surname, unlike what I had there before. So there we go. That was the Tuesday crossword. Tricky one for me for a Tuesday. Slightly surprising, but sometimes that happens. So let's look at our theme. We had our 3 water signs, the zodiac trio that hints at the longest answers in the puzzle. And I don't even really understand the significance of water signs in the zodiac, but I understand it with respect to this theme, which is that we have 3 posted signs that deal with things that are wet, essentially. So wash hands before returning to work, warning, high tide, and caution, wet floor. And they all have W's in them. Wash hands, work, warning, wet. That's probably not intentional, or, I mean, it might have been knowing. It probably isn't related to the theme at all, but it is sort of funny. Anyway, and then water itself. Is that just a coincidence? It must be. Wash, work, water, warning, wet. Every single highlighted row has a W in it. Huh. Yeah. They all have the letters of water in them. I mean, they all contain a W, A, T, E, and R. I think I'm deeply overreading this. I don't think this is relevant to anything. Anyway, that was the Tuesday crossword. It's slightly tricky for a Tuesday, I found, but let me know if you disagree. Maybe this was a complete cinch. And there we have it. That was the Tuesday puzzle. I'll be back tomorrow for the midweek, mid-difficulty Wednesday crossword, so do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.